Okay, welcome to Camping with the Pups. We have a very special episode today. Today is the beginning of Prime Day. Amazon Prime this year has done Prime Day on both the 16th and the 17th. So we spent some time today looking at RV essentials. Some of these items are specifically RV, and some of them are items that we use in the RV, but it's not specifically that. So with that, you'll notice that some items during Amazon Prime Day, you have a lot of electronics and other stuff that go on sale, but we also have a lot of RV items. So we scoured all the Prime deals and found some of the best ones. So let's go ahead and get started and see what we have here. So the first one I'm going to talk about is a normal item, but we use it quite often in the RV, which is the Amazon Fire TV stick. This allows you to do a lot of your streaming over the internet. And actually, this has been timely in this case because we actually, Jackson, one of the camping pups, chewed up one of our remotes by accident. And so I was going online to see how much it would be to replace a remote. And the remotes I was looking at for what we had was about $35 to $40. As you see here, you actually have the Fire Stick with the remote, which is the upgraded one, works on the Wi-Fi 6, and it's on sale for 50% off for $24.99. So that's a great deal. We're going to be grabbing that ourselves to replace that. One of the next items here that I just finished installing on the outside of our RV for Daniela, for when we're not around, and also for myself so we can see, is a Ring doorbell. Now, normally, most of the Ring doorbells are hardwired, meaning you've got to wire it into where you actually have your doorbell, but this particular one is battery operated. It's got an internal battery that can be charged and actually replaced out if you get a spare battery. And this one is great. I wish this was this price when I got it, but it's 50% off too. Normally $100, so it's going right now for $49.99. What you do is you actually install the bracket on the outside of the vehicle, and it'll actually snap in for when you get there. So when we're traveling, we don't have it in, but we actually snap it on afterwards. And yes, you do have to have internet access, but since I already have Alexa and I use internet in the RV for work, it's not a problem for us. But make sure you're aware of that. You do have to have some type of internet yourself for this to work for you. Our next item, going with that security, is we want to have some camera for some of the places we're at outside of just the Ring camera. So Blink Outdoor actually is really good. They have brackets. You got to buy that a little separate, but I did, that I can hook up to the outside and I can snap the Blink cameras on, and it works on the same internet and Alexa as well, so that you can see from different angles. A lot of your higher end Class A's now have that 360-degree camera view. This will actually do similar thing you can do with your app there. Now, what's showing right now is the 3-camera system, which is what I did because I already have the 1 camera with the Ring, and that's 62% off at $99.99, normally $260. They do have the 5-camera system as well, which is a little bit also on there, is 60% off the 5-camera one instead of 62%. So that goes from $400 down to $160, $159.99. Or you could just get away with the 3-camera like we did for $100. So that's a great deal there. Now, one of our other items, if you're into the boondocking and you don't quite have the upgrade yet to your own solar up top, there's variations on this. This one is probably one of your larger that will power everything too, not just the solar panels. If you don't have the battery pack, this has a power generator, and it's 2,048 watt hours will get you started and run some of your systems. Now, the solar does charge rather well. And let me show you over here. So you're charging, if you're plugged in and solar, it only takes about 43 minutes to get up to 80%. If you're plugged in, it will charge the battery pack that way. But if you're purely on solar, it'll recharge this system that for 2.3 hours. But that's going to get you back to 2,048 watt hours, and the solar panels are 400 watt as well. So you can do a lot of stuff with this. You can actually, if you're at full power, that's enough to kick on the start of one AC unit of the AC unit and run for a little bit. But if you're fully camping, whether you're tent or otherwise, it'll do that. And this is 43% off right now at $16.99. Normally almost 3,000 on there. They do have other deals on Amazon for solar units like this, and you can search there as well. So now keep in mind, we're going to be posting on our webpage, which is Camping Pups RV. There's a new page to it after this live stream that will show links to all these items that we're going over today. So you can very quickly go and find it. If there's something you like, make a note. And I do have them in the order that we're going over these. So you can very quickly find what you're looking for. And Prime is through tomorrow as well. So you've got not just the one day to get there. So the next item, which some people may have useful, especially if you're going to do a shower in your RV that has a need for a lot of different things. Maybe you have a family and you have different items there. This shower caddy 5-pack, as you see, holds a lot of items to it. It's stainless steel. It is a stronger adhesive that holds onto the wall there. So you're up above the normal suction cup. And this can do a lot with that. Now, this is 70% off. It's normally $70. It's $18.98. So if you've been looking for organizing the shower, this is a great time to grab that. Now, another thing, a lot of people like these zero gravity chairs. We have a different type. We have the big plush camping chairs, but the gravity, if you like the gravity chairs, I've sat in these. These are very comfortable before. We just don't have it for our pack. But this one does have cup holder, and that's 31% off. Normally $130, it's down to about $90. And I know prices always do the such and such in 99 cents. I'll try to round up as we go because $89.99 really is $90. So, and this is a set of 2 for that $90. Now, next, this is something I've been looking at, and it's not really just RV related, but when you're outdoors camping, this is very helpful. Now, this also is set up in a solar charger. Have you seen these sometimes with your charging bank that you plug your phone into or something like that when it's running low? It does charge with the solar. It does have a light, but these are very much durable. They're designed to, if they drop, get hit, whatever, they'll hold up. So it's very good for outside type work. It is a fast charge. You can use the 3.0 USB. And is this a 1-pack or 2? Okay, I believe this is 1, but still, this is normally out there, if you go into the regular stores and stuff like that, for about $300. And it's 90% off at $29.98, so $30. So I'm definitely going to be grabbing this on there, and we'll let you know how well this does on there. Now, another aspect, now I know there's different security cameras you can use. There's systems like Waze for watching the pets and everything. This here can be used at home or in the RV because it does have internet connection as well. The nice thing about this is it not only has the camera for you with your pet, they do have a version for cats too. But you can have treats in there and you can talk to your pet if you're away from it a little bit. You can hit the button and have it give it a little treat or a snack there. Now, look at the fine print because it does say it requires a subscription. I don't know what the subscription is on there, but if this is something you've been looking at, it's more than half off. It's normally $99, and it's 51% off, going for 49 now. So the next on our list, the only automotive, you can use it for other automotive as well. But this is one of those front and back dash cams. Now, some of the front and back dash cams you see advertised go on the rear view mirror and it's got a camera in front and one to the back from the same unit. That doesn't help you much in an RV because, as you know, your RV looking back is just your living area. This one, though, is kind of nice because it does give you front and back simultaneously, but it has a separate camera up here that hooks onto the back so you can get that video at the same time. It does a lot of things. It does have built-in Wi-Fi and GPS to say where you are if an incident happens. You can set up a parking mode where when you're parked, it will monitor 360 around to see if anything's going on. It also, like a lot of cameras, if you don't take the card out, it does record over the newest video, records over the oldest if it's full. But this does have a feature in it where it actually will pick up a sensor if you have a crash or impact or something like that, and it'll mark that video and save it so it won't overwrite that part of it on there. So that's nice. And it's 44% off. So instead of 160, you're getting it for about 90. So not a bad deal overall. And it does have a 32 gigabyte card that you can replace and everything. Wide angle on both cameras, so you're getting a good, almost 180, 170 degrees. So that's very helpful in there. Now, the next thing we found is a different type of backup camera. Now, this is more traditional, what you find in RV and whether it's motorhome or travel trailer fifth wheel. And this is used with the Furrion RV system. That's a camera system where you can add cameras to and get a lot of different things. If you've got that system, you're thinking about that. This one's nice because it's actually 43% off. Instead of $175, it's going for right about 100 overall. So if you've been looking at that, it's a good time to move forward with that there. Now, another thing that's nice, if you have the smaller fridge, not the residential, but if you're in one of these RVs like we do, that doesn't have a large fridge, we don't have much room for ice. And even some of the larger ones, unless it's really a residential, doesn't necessarily make the ice and keep things frozen that well. So we've been looking at a counter-type ice maker for a little while. Your small ones that don't take up a lot of space like this, most of them are about 6 minutes for 9 pieces of ice. Takes about 26, 25 pounds in a day. So this one's not too bad. If you look down here, makes a bullet type. You can see size. It's not that take up that much space. And it's got the water reservoir that you can put in for there. And it is self-cleaning. So the nice thing about that, with it being self-cleaning, is I have a larger one at home. And sometimes it's hard to get into and clean. So it's nice that it does have a setting for that. But this allows you to make ice without having to worry about the ice trays in the freezer or going out and getting ice all the time. If you have a huge party, of course, you may have to get a bag of ice, but this will help for the day-to-day. So we're really considering this. And it's not as big of a discount as some, but it's still not a bad price for compact at $70 instead of $100 on there. So 30% off. Another thing, if you've done RV for a while, you're looking into doing RV, storage space is an issue. It's nice to have containers to put food and stuff in, but it's bad. Well, it's not bad. It's a little bit of a pain to store when you don't have food in it. So these collapsible ones are nice. This one's only about 15% off normal. It's normally $32. It's down to about $27. But they are nice if they seal and you can compact them down. They have different sizes for it. So next one we found is about 20% off. This is something, if you've ever had your RV door where you've had it open, we actually, it's not one of the finds we found today. Our bought it previously on Amazon, but I'm got a small magnetic net thing for the RV door, but that requires having it open. And when it's windy, it's a little bit of a pain because that door can slam shut. So these are nice if your door opens all the way and you don't want to have to worry about the latch behind at times. This is magnetic. It's got adhesive on both sides, so you can have the body of the RV and the door. And when you just open it, it'll hold it, and it doesn't take much for you to close, but it's not going to close it with the wind as much there. So, and it's got a little bit of spring there. It does protect the paint as it talks about. Um, and it is a magnetic device, so it makes it much easier overall. So our next item is you can never go bad with your water filters. You must have a water filter if you're there. Now, I drank out of a hose growing up as well. You know, I know people are saying, well, you don't need it, it's just that. But some of the water at campsites is not as good as it was at home. So um, we always put a water filter. I'm very happy with the Campco inline filter. I do have the larger one that can screw into for the higher sediment, depending on where we're at. Um, but this is nice and can't go bad with 45% off. It's normally $47. You can get it for 25. That's the extra large. The standard is 1778. But the extra large works for mine as well. So now another thing, one thing about RVs is it's nice to have shelves. It's nice to have the cabinets. It's nice to have a lot of things for put space because space is a premium. The problem is you move. So you have to worry about when you open stuff falling, or even in the shower in this case, where shelves in some of these aren't that deep. So this is another way. If you don't go the full shower caddy, like we talked about before, they have like the 8 pieces, and you have the shelf there. You can put this little rods there. It is a 2-pack, so you can get both, and that'll hold some of your stuff too. And that's 15% off. It's only 1954 now, if that works for you. Um, and another type of organizer. This one's a little different than the one before. But this one again, if you're going that route, it's 46% off. It's $16 instead of 30. So you have a couple choices to go between on there. So this one works. You got either this is for 5-pack, you can go in 4-pack or 3-pack. So let's say you didn't need as many, you can adjust what you're doing there as well. So give you a couple options, but this is a good deal also. Now, there are a few different ones depending on the sizes, so don't just go with this if it doesn't work with your size. But these awning shades, if you've been camping in most places in the southern half of the US, and what I mean by that is we were in Oklahoma, we are in Kansas, we're now in Tennessee, and for the past couple weeks, every place we've been has been 100 degrees or more if it's not raining on there. So having that extra shade is nice. And this one's 15% off. It's 36.84, but you have different measurements you can do for. This one's for a 16-foot awning. It's 15 foot 3. If you're ever wondering what size to get for your awning, most of the awnings, if you got your dimensions of your actual awning itself, it's normally about, so if it's a 16-foot awning, it's 15 foot 3. In our case, we have a 20-foot awning, so we would get a 19-foot 3-inch. Um, so that's kind of a standard for these type of regular awnings. Now they also have the side ones, and those are on sale as well. So if you go through this link, you can scroll down and you'll see other ones that are similar that also have deals going on. So if you go to this link first, you can go down and scroll through the related ones and find other Prime deals that are available on there. So our next one is Camco's Rhino Flex. Now, your sewer hoses, there's a lot of different ones out there. We've been very happy. This is the one we have. We've been very happy with it. We actually have the pack that has the two. Um, and they've lasted the past couple years. We've only been RVing for a couple years now, but they've been last for the past couple years with us with no issues. I know there's some that on a regular basis, I've seen some marked as weakened, and some of these other ones that I don't know if I would trust as much. There are other brands than this that are good, but speaking from experience, this is one we have and we've been very happy with. This is half off right now. Normally it's 50 or $63 and it's 31 and a half, so 31.42. So that's a great deal for a brand name like this. And it's not just brand name and you're paying for the name. They are, at least the sewer hoses, they are very good quality. So because that's what we've used and had no complaints. Another one that's on sale is RV Guard's water pressure regulator valve. You should have some type of regulator on your water. A lot of the campsites we've been to, they've even told us when we got there is that they have high pressure and recommend a regulator. So you have the ones that are just in line. I like the ones that have a gauge so I can see what the water pressure is. And also you can adjust it. Now, the one I have is the version before this that you use a flathead screwdriver to adjust. This is the newest version that just came out this year of this that actually has a knob on top that you can hand adjust, which is nice, but still has some resistance so it doesn't adjust on its own, and has the built-in screen to catch any debris that hopefully shouldn't be going through, but you can get that. So instead of $33, it's currently 25% off at $25.50. So that's a good deal as well if you're in the market for that. Now, for those of you that actually have, there's two types of regular water heaters, the tanked ones, not the tankless. Um, One uses a Anarod rod, which is the type I have. And the way you'll know is the actual cap on it will be metal, as opposed to the other one that is just a plastic cap. The plastic cap one has a different type of inside that doesn't react well to other metals. So you don't have to worry about that. But the type I have actually has this Anarod rod. And what this is used for is the minerals in the water attack this as opposed to the interior lining of your water heater. So this saves your water heater. So at times that will eventually get eaten down and you have to replace it. Now, these aren't very expensive to begin with. They're normally about, for a two pack, it's normally about $14. But if you're going to need one in the next year, they're half off right now at $6.99. So that's a good deal on there if you need it. Now, this item we absolutely love. Our sink didn't come with the covers, they're molded like some of them are there. And so what we've done is we actually use this as a extra area for draining after we wash dishes. It rolls out and you can roll out of the way. It is adjustable in length. So depending on the dimensions of your sink. So in our particular sink, we have this on one side and we have a cutting board that comes up in the other. So we can move both. I've even had times where I've rolled this up halfway because I had a couple um, cups there, but I also needed to get some water for other things from the faucet. This is almost half off. $13 isn't very expensive to begin with, but if you can get it for almost $7, under $7, that's great. And we absolutely love it. We use this every day in our RV. Now, one thing we ran into in our RV is we actually have a tension rod. And the reason we do that, we got small spaces we talked about. Outside our shower, we have a shower door, but we put a tension rod there to hang the towels and stuff over the shower so that stuff can drip dry. If you got um, bathing suits, stuff like that, you can do that. Now, the problem is if you aren't familiar, interior walls in RV are not very sturdy. Normally, it's the metal frame and the very thin um, outer wall, which would be normally be your drywall in a vehicle, or I'm sorry, in your home. So what happens, at least it's happened in ours, is as that tension rod's going, eventually gets loose, it comes down. The tension rod didn't get loose; it's pushed that wall out some because of the pressure there. So the nice thing about this is a strong adhesive, and as you see here, it's got a little bracket here that the tension rod actually connects down into. As you see here, there's no drilling. It gets adhered, and there is tension, but it actually goes in those brackets to hold it. So that way, you aren't going to have drilling into your walls, which I know a lot of us, the thought of drilling into the RV, unless it's it's going to be permanent, you don't want to deal with that. You have no drilling here, but you also don't have the tension rod by itself pushing the walls apart there. So, and this is again is half off. So normally it's $17. It's $8.50 roughly, $8.49. So if you're looking for that, that's been a good solution for us. We're probably going to do this to get rid of just the normal tension rod pushing on the walls there. Now, also, as we mentioned, shelving, storage space is always an issue. However, there are times when you don't want all the shelves and stuff out if you install shelves when you aren't using them. So this is a nice little organizer. This can be bedside, whatever. This folds down. So as you see, when it's up, it's tucked away and it can fold down. And you can use it for glasses, phone, remote, all that type of stuff. Spice racks they did here. So there's a lot of different uses you can do for that. It's not a big sale right now, but it is 16% off. So I mean, if you're something that interests you, you might as well get it for a little cheaper. So instead of 20, you get it for a little under 17. Now this I got before it was on sale. I haven't installed yet. This is RV awning lights. The difference here is this actually attaches at the base of the awning and the RV. You may have seen this in some RVs already come pre-installed that way. It does have the wire hook directly into your porch light switch if you want to. They're waterproof as it talked about, so you have the different aspects. The reason why I got this is my RV awning light is at the end of the awning, so I have to have the awning completely out if I want any light there other than the porch light. This will be nice because once I have this installed, it will allow me to have some extra light beyond just the porch light, and it's not too overwhelming. I know a lot of people have a problem with too much light at the campsite. This isn't overwhelming. But I don't have to have the awning out if it's bad weather, windy, whatever. And it's almost half off. So instead of $40, it's 48% off now at $20.79. I wish it was that when I bought it. I actually bought it at full price when um, I first got it. So another great item if you're going to grill. Um, a lot of these small grills use those 1 pound um, propane tanks. This is if you have a quick connect, if you went ahead, a lot of RVs either have the quick connect or you can install the stay a while, which has the quick connect, which we've done. The video will be coming out this year on how we installed that. But if you already have one, this actually has all the parts you need. It's got valve here and connectors to go from the quick connect to the hookup for the 1 pound um, portable appliances. So if you have a grill or anything else that uses a little 1 pound propane and you have a quick connect to your RV's propane, you can hook right up and you don't have to carry those anymore. So this is 15% off. It's not a big sale, but it is useful. So might as well get it for $27 instead of 32, if that's something that you're looking for. So the next thing, a lot of people have seen these RV vent covers that go up into your vent. Most of them I've seen have been the square ones because that's what the main vent is. I like the idea of this two pack because it has these square ones that go in your normal vent, and it has the rectangle, which is designed to fit most of the skylights, because the skylight, like in your shower, is rectangular. And so double check your measurements before you purchase, but this you get both on there. And so for $30 instead of 36, it's 70% off. But it's kind of a unique find in that it gives you both, because the rectangular ones seem to be the harder ones for me to find there. So now going back to the water heater, we talked about the Anarod Rod. If you have that type of regular water heater, there are tankless water heaters. A lot of people like them. Some people don't. This particular one has a mixing tank, which I think is designed to address some of those issues some people have had with the tankless, of that when you turn the water, it's heating it instantly, so you have all the cold water first, and if you cut off because you're saving water, then it starts over again. So this one with basically a mixing tank of 3.9 gallons, you're going to have some more of that hot water there. You don't have the full hot water because it's heating it instantly, but it should help. And you got, the remote control, so you can see for thermostat temperature, you can adjust that. So if you're going that route, this might be a better idea for you. Normally $600, 24% off at 456. So good deal if that's what you're looking for on there. Now on those Anarod rods, I had to go out to the hardware store to find the right socket size to take those off. So you have the Anarod rod with the metal cap there. Normal socket set is not going to have the size you need to get that off. So trust me, the one I got at the hardware store cost me a lot more than this. This is normally they're doing for $10. They got 20% off at $8. I would grab this in a second if I didn't already have to go to the hardware store to get one on there. This is a half-inch socket drive, um, and is 1 1/16, which is what you need. So if you don't get this deal and you want to go to the hardware store as well, take a little snapshot of this. This is the size for those Anarod Rod water heaters. So another thing that's been very popular recently has been these snapads. If you aren't familiar with snapads, what it's designed to do is it goes on the bottom of your um, leveling jacks, especially the hydraulic ones that come out of on the motorhome. You can put them on other ones, and you can get them in different pack. You can get them in different sizes, so make sure you have the size you need, because these are designed to fit the specific feet on those levelers. And once it snaps on, it stays on. It gives you more of a sturdy um, footing, and it stays on there when you raise it back up. So you don't have to worry about putting the blocks down or stuff like that, so it doesn't go in the soft dirt and all that type of stuff. So looking with this is how it works. As you can see, it gives you much wider width on there. Um, that's how you do it. You can line it up, slowly get it down so it's in place, and then it'll be locked in place for you. So it works with snow, grass, rocks. If you aren't on regular pavement, a lot of your sites are going to be rock, gravel. So that's good. This particular one is 20% off for 132. But as you scroll down here, you'll see there's all different sizes and prices. If you need an extra one, they have them individually as well. But all of them are on sale right now. So that's a pretty good deal for that. And you can get what you need on there. Our next one is by Latch. They do a lot of RV stuff. These are non-slip. I believe they're non-slip. But they're designed to cover your actual steps. They do go around the radius of it, and they're designed to actually catch the dirt and all that type of stuff. You have straight step, you have curved. This curved one is 24% off instead of $42. It's 32, and it's a 3-pack. They do have 4-pack as well, depending on what you have for your steps on there. But this makes it nice because you can adjust it. It does wrap around, as you see. So a lot of people have asked, well, what do I do when the adhesive or any of this type of thing on some of these other ones? This will go completely around, and you got the springs to adjust it. Picks up a lot of your mess. And like I said, since it's a spring onto the grommets that they go into look like they're fairly sturdy, so that's nice. And so that's on sale for quarter off, 24% off. So $32 instead of 42. So another item, I do have a compressor, but I got the much larger compressor. Doesn't travel well, but it's great for when I'm at home. If you aren't familiar, a lot of these air compressors for tires and everything are designed for automotive. Even at the gas station, if you go to a regular gas station, if you're going to use for a motorhome's a truck, and the pressure you need is much higher. When we had to do one of our tires, we had to go through the truck area to get theirs. But unfortunately, we're Class C, this gasoline, not diesel. So we had 2 stops. We had to do our gas and then go around for the air. This one here actually will work with SUV and RVs. This goes up to 150 psi. To put that in perspective, I'm not sure what the Class A's are, but my Class C, which is a truck chassis, our tires are 80 psi. They can go higher with heat and stuff like that, but your max cold is 80. So you do need to be able to get above what the cars are, which are 30, 40, and they only cap out around 45, 50 when you go to the gas station. But this is nice and compact, which makes it nice. You do have the cigarette for power or hooked straight to the battery itself. It's got a little bit of a length to it. There they're showing the car, but you can actually do this. So most of it's showing car, but with it being actually at, and you can see how compact that is. Basically, they put in a large, that's a large glove compartment, but they put in a glove compartment. But with that PSI, even though it's mostly tire heavy duty, it will, with 150 PSI, it will do your Class C trucks, type thing. So 24% off instead of $66, you're right now doing 50. So that's definitely going in to consider. I got to talk to the wife and see if we can afford it, but it's with everything else we're getting. Now, this is something we have for our Class C. If you have a Class C, this is nice. A lot of the Class Cs are on Ford chassis. So anything from 97 to 2024, we have this on ours. And this does a lot for us. One, it does block out some of the UV light. You got your privacy with it. They do have ones that work well with it is weatherproof, so it works with the snow, stuff like that. The other thing that it does is instead of having a curtain behind the seats for the living area, I can turn my seats up at the front, the driver and passenger seat around because they're designed for that, and use that as actual seating because the cover is over the windshield. So I got my privacy from that, and that's very helpful. We use that every time we can, everywhere we park. We don't even have a curtain for behind the seats that it supposedly originally came with. We got ours used, but I never even looked at replacing that curtain because we have this outer windshield thing, and it takes a few minutes to put on. Every time we park at camp, as I'm hooking the electric and water up, by the time I hook electric and water, Danielle already has this across the windshields and secured on there. So that's 20% off right now instead of 35. You're talking $28 roughly, but definitely worth it. You got the water and UV, goes through all types of weather, and that's how it hooks on. You've got the part that goes over the corner, so you open the doors, shut it. The bottom is magnetic to get, so that's on one side, and then it does have the cutouts. You put around the mirrors, Velcro it up, and shut the mirrors in. and it holds it perfect. So, and this is similar to what it looks like from the inside. That's brand new, so mine's not quite as white as that, but it works really well. So at 27.89, like I said, 20% off. Another item, if you're looking just for the solar panels, um, there's different types. You can get the regular solar panels that you get your brackets and install and do all that. That's great. If you're doing an upgrade like that. The nice thing on this is movable. One is it's 200 watt, 12 volt, lightweight, so it's very thin, but works great. It is 200 watts, and it can go on a curve. So if you just lay it down on top of the vehicle or wherever and plug in, um, you're fine. Now you got 12-volt plug in. You can plug into a solar charger, that type of thing. And here's some looks. So like I said, they did on Marines where you got more of a curved roof. It's about an inch thick on there. You can also adjust where it is based off of your time of day and light if you really wanted to on there. So it is weatherproof, corrosion resistant. So that's 30% off. It's normally about 370, but it's on sale right now for 259, 258.99. This next item I would swear by. I will not go camping without it anymore. So we have this water flow meter. Now you can get a couple of them for different things. This works very well to measure the number of gallons going through the hose wherever you're going. I use it with our black tank flush. Our RV has a black tank flush. So when we flush our black tank, we dump the black tank, I flush it, get it going, make sure I get to the point to where I've got nothing going there. I can shut the valve, let it fill back up. I can watch this to make sure I don't get too much in the tank if I want to flush again, and so get it back to halfway or something. Open the valve back up, let it flow. And the best thing about this is you always want to have water in your black tank because any treatment you do and stuff like that's going to help when you use it. It keeps for that dreaded poop pyramid. So when I'm done from outside, I can shut the black tank valve and keep this going and monitor how many gallons I put in. I put roughly about 10 gallons back in to my tank because of the size of my tank, and then put the treatment. I can watch here and see exactly what it is. Now, because I'm using it with the black tank, if I wanted to measure other things like my freshwater tank filling and stuff like that, I could get another one. This is almost 30% off right now, 28%. It's normally $25, which isn't bad, but you can get it for $18. I have this as part of my setup every single time now. So I would definitely recommend this, and it's worked great since we've had it. So now we have a different type of picnic table cover than this, but you can look at this. There's other ones on Amazon today as well. Um, what this one's nice because it actually has a carrying bag. Mine doesn't. What this is you can wipe it clean because it's a protective plastic cover. The thing I like about ones like this, the one I have and this one here, is when they say fitted, is it fits around and it has a drawstring that will tighten to help. So it kind of eliminates, if you've got a full picnic table, it eliminates the needs for those bands. We have the bands too, because I've been places where I've gotten smaller picnic tables, but this helps with adjusting that. Now mine, as we said, doesn't come down to a carrying bag. I have to fold mine up and put in the container. So this one's kind of nice. And they do have, as you see, different colors. You're not just with that one. If you don't really care for that color, you have different designs here. That's actually a fairly nice design on there. And so instead of $21, you're $17.59, so 17 and a half. So pretty good deal there if you have a need for that. Now, this is something I've been looking for a little bit. Your RV filters. Now, it's important, as you know, RV air conditioners a little unique in the aspect that it doesn't pull air from the outside. You have air from the outside that deals with the cooling some over the fins, but the air conditioner pulls the intake from inside the RV, runs it through the AC, and then blows that back down either through the main unit if you don't have ducts or through the ducts on there. So pulling up to keep it from working as hard, getting messed up, you want a filter, just like at home you have a filter for your AC. Most of the time, you're in the RV supply store looking for the right size for your model. Do they have it? This is nice because it's the same filter material. It's thick enough. It works very well. But it comes in a roll, 40 inches, 16 wide by 40 inches, and it's designed for you to cut to size. So instead of just taking your filter out and washing it, which is what we typically do, you can replace brand new and you can cut it to the size you need. So regardless of the type of RV you have, AC, this will fit it. So as you see, you have that. It takes allergen. Here's an example of the different. Scroll down just a little bit. This example of the different types of ACs you would have, and this works for all of them. So they can cut even with the notches and everything else on there. So this is on sale for almost 30% off. It's normally $17. It's now $12. So I'll be picking that up. I hate trying to find the one that fits for my particular AC. Decoration. Yes, we love to decorate. Us RVers have a unique sense of humor. I have a whole video on that of different decorative pillows and everything like that from last Amazon day. This is one. This is there's wooden box type thing artwork, and they have different ones. But this is nice, and ain't this the truth here? Camping's where you can spend a small fortune to live like a homeless person. So um, anyone that's been on the road for a while knows that it's very easy to spend a lot to camp. So that's almost half off, 43% off. Normally $14. It's $8. There's also a lot of other decoration ideas and accessories, pillows, signs, stuff like that. If you scroll down, you have different ones. You don't have to be crazy to camp with us. We'll train you. You've probably seen a lot of these, but as you see, you go down, there's a lot of different ones that are also on Prime Day. So again, if you follow the link to this for the decoration, then you can scroll through all the different other decoration types on there. So that's what I recommend. If this isn't the specific one you want, but you're looking for decoration, go to our website afterwards. Like I said, all these links will be posted on our website. Follow the one for the area of what you're looking for, whether it's water filters, click on the filter. If that isn't the one for you, most of them, when you scroll down, will have similar things, and they'll show you the Prime sales as well. But if this is for you, this is great. I mean, almost half off for decorative. And let's face it, if you're looking for decorations, you'd spend the money anyway on Amazon. So you might as well get close to half off on that. So those are just some of the deals we found today on Amazon. Thank you for spending the almost hour with us. So I hope you found something useful here. If you haven't, like I said, go to our webpage. I have a special page along the top when you go to our webpage. And actually, let me show you our page right now. Now, as you see here, this is our webpage. There's video product links now. After this video, I'm going to be refreshing the page. I've already put a link. This will be between these two that say Prime Days deals. And they'll have a link to everything that we went over here. Oh, guess it would help if I actually, if I actually go back to show you. So as I said, up top you got home, you got video links. Between the two will be the Amazon Prime links right after this stream that will go live there. And you can go to, just as an example, I'll go to our video links. And as you see, it'll say what it is. And I put links to what you have. Now, one thing I didn't talk about today, because normally they're on sale on Prime Day. It wasn't this time, but this is our fence right here. And this is a wonderful fence. FXW does great fences. They go from 40-inch, or actually go from 50-inch tall all the way down to 24. You can get in multiple panel sizes. Our particular setup is 40-inch high, 3 sets of 8. And I've actually got the bags that hold 8 each, make it easy for load and unload. And then if you can see, it's a little hard to see in the back, we have the 24-inch, which is lower along the back so that the dogs can't get under. Those are normal price right now, but overall they aren't bad even at their normal price. So I know this isn't a Prime Day thing, but this is a bonus. So your 8 panels at 40-inch would be $129. If you got the whole set that we did, which is actually 24, so it'd be 16 and 8. So 129, the 16, which is twice that. So instead of being twice the price, is 200. So, like I said, if you get, the more you get, the less it is. So you actually have, we only have 8 of the 24. So that only ran us $70. So that unfortunately is not on Prime today. Oh, shit. Sorry. Let me go back. Sorry about that. The video did not show you those links. So here you are, what I was talking about. The 24 8 panels is $70. The 40-inch 8 panels I mentioned was 130. 16 panels was 200. So they are very nice. We've used these every place that we can. We've been a couple places now that don't allow it. But every place we can, we've done that. So with that, like I said, that's not on the Amazon, but it is on our page if you want to find the link to it. And they're very versatile. But with that, I hope you have a wonderful day. Find some great deals on Amazon. As soon as I log off, within the next 5-10 minutes, our webpage will be updated with the links. And trick, like I said, if you didn't find exactly what you were looking for in today's broadcast, go to something similar on our list, click on it, and in the related, it'll show you all different things are like it, and it will mark on Amazon what is a Prime deal. That's today and tomorrow. Some of these things will have frequent sales as well if you don't actually get the Amazon day by tomorrow. So if you're watching this later, check in on it. They may have some other sales. They won't be as deeply discounted as Amazon Prime Day, but continue to look. So with that, I'm Brian. For Daniela and our camping pups, Maggie and Jackson, happy camping from the pups.